Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Washayla, and I want to talk to you a little bit about something I woke up with in the middle of the night a few nights ago. So, this happens to me sometimes. I'll be sound asleep, and then I'll wake up with this inspired thought, and my guidance will tell me to write it down. Even though I'm sound asleep, I don't want to get up, I don't want to write. I do it anyway because that is my commitment to following my guidance, and because I know I will forget, and if it's important enough, then I want to remember. So I also keep a journal by my bed so I don't have to get up and go find one and a pen and all that, and make it easy on myself. But I am on a 2-month tour. I'm at my family's home, and I'm in Iowa at the moment. And there's a lot of noise here. Lovely people, and just a lot of people going through. It's summertime, it's a holiday time of year. Various family, friends, and people are around, and televisions, and just a lot of noise and people talking, which is just part of, I guess, going home for many people. So I woke up with a lot of noise in my head, and what I was noticing is, wow, there's just a lot of stuff going on in my head. And the thought that was in my mind was, listen to the layers of thought. Intuition is a whisper. And when I contemplated the meaning of that, what I noticed was I had these various layers of thought going on. So there's the obvious voice inside your head that's like blah, 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 chatting and judging and analyzing everything in your reality. And then I had another layer behind that. It was a little quieter, and it was like a song playing. I don't know what song, but I had so the obvious voice that we have kind of all day long chatting, and then a song behind that. And then there was another layer that was quieter behind that layer of thought, and that one was more like subtle. I don't remember what it was saying, but I was just noticing, oh my goodness, how many layers of thought are in my mind. And this is a lot more than I'm used to, because I'm used to a much quieter environment. Plus I have all of these events and just lots of organizing, planning, plane trips on a 2-month tour, and events and workshops, and you name it, friends. So I've had these layers and layers and layers of things going on in my life, and the inward reflects the outward, or vice versa. It's actually the outward reflects the inward, I think. But so listen to the layers of thought. Intuition is a whisper. And what I really was getting from that is the higher guidance, the higher mind, the inspired thought. The guidance from above comes sometimes very subtly, and you have to be able to filter out all of the other layers of stuff that you have going on to be able to even hear it. And a lot of my clients lately have been saying, how do I know if it's intuition or my guidance versus my own thought? And my answer to that is that every layer of thought has a frequency. And as you get familiar with those layers and the frequencies, you will know. For me, I've done it automatically for so long that it's obvious to me when it's intuition and when it's myself, when it's my own mind. And it's the most obvious when it's the chatty one, that comments on everything in your mind as you're driving or grocery shopping. And then, of course, there are the more subtle layers behind that, which often are your own mind talking, or maybe you're picking up a frequency from somebody else. A lot of us are empathic, and intuitive in a way that we pick up other people's thoughts, we pick up other people's frequencies, and we might be picking up radio stations. You know, that happens. We can tune in sort of unintentionally to music or, you know, just thought waves that are floating around. And then also there are, you know, various frequencies or subtleties in that. So to be aware, okay, well, that isn't me, but that's also not intuition or guidance. That's still a lower level than the highest guidance that I want to receive. So you'll get familiar as you start to notice these various layers. You'll get familiar with the guidance that you really want to be listening to has a very high frequency. And I don't mean like sound or pitch. What I mean by high frequency is there is a feeling to it that you know it comes from a higher source. You know it's from greater intelligence. I was listening to what to call that. It's from consciousness. It's from God, if you want to call it God. It's from the divine, which is what I like to call it. So I encourage you to listen to the layers. Intuition is a whisper. And just start to notice the frequency of your thoughts. Are they coming from you? Are you picking them up from your environment? Are you picking them up from another person or someone nearby or even someone far away that's telepathically sending you a message? Or are they coming from the divine? You can learn to differentiate and feel the difference. And what I can tell you that I know for sure is that when I follow my guidance from the divine frequency, I am always going in the right direction. Even when I have no idea why I'm getting that guidance or where it's leading, I am committed to saying yes to that highest level of guidance. And I know that it always works out in my best interest when I do that. So I am wishing you many blessings for a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Washayla. Namaste.